guys, so I want to begin the series by getting in really deep. Before I can start teaching you all of these different elements, I really need you to study your face structure. I need you to study your eye shape. I need you to study your brow shape. I need you to study your face structure, your bone structure. Everything is important. Everything is important because if you're not doing your makeup for yourself, it's not going to flatter you and it's going to actually make you look worse if it's not done right. So by this, I hope you understand somewhat more once I get into this first episode, how this series is going to go. So the first episode, I really want to focus on part 2 is going to be finding your eye shape and the best color placement for your eye shape. What's going to make you look bigger, brighter, lifted, because every video that you see online or on the internet is catered to that actual person that's doing it. So when you know your eye shape and you know where your eyeshadow is supposed to be placed, then you can follow along with other videos and use the colors that they're using on yourself, but in the right places, if that makes sense. And that's going to be the same with contouring, with blush, with your nose contour. You can't follow someone's nose tutorial if you don't have the same nose shape as them. So you also have to know your nose shape. So you have to put all this into perspective, and I really hope that this helps you. I know there is a lot of videos out there to teach you how to do your eyeshadow, but I don't think there's a lot of videos out there for helping you actually study yourself and finding what's going to work for you and you implementing that into other tutorials. So I hope this is different. I hope this helps, and please follow along. Let me know if you have other questions. If there's still something that I'm not touching on, let me know and I will go over it. At the end of the series, I'll do a live Q&A, and I also do want feedback after this first episode. So please let me know if this was helpful, and if there's still something else that I'm not touching that you really need help on. This is all for your help. This is all for your benefit, and I really hope that I'm helping someone out there. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching, and let's get into it. Okay guys, so we are going to begin with the almond shaped eye. This is going to be, I guess I have an almond shaped eye, so your eye is going to literally be shaped like an almond, a little pointy on the inside and also on the outside, and it's going to be pretty even. So I think what I'm going to use, like the shades that I'm going to use for all of these different eye looks that are going to be specified for you, I'm just going to use this palette from Elsie. Mine is very beat up because obviously I use it a lot. This is the Minimalist palette, and you have your white shade, your light brown shade, your warm brown shade, your a little darker brown, and a black. And that's what I'm going to use for these looks, just to keep it simple, easy, and I just want you to get the gist of what's going to look right for you specifically, not for me, so that all of my videos, you can take these tips away and use them to your advantage. Okay, so let's get started. So I am, for an almond shaped eye, usually you want to just really focus on getting the depth right. The depth, if it's placed incorrectly, you can look droopy. If it's too high up, you can look too unrealistic. So really with this eye shape, we like to keep it more, you can do whatever you want. It's so universal, this look, but I just want to show you what is the most flattering for this eye shape. So I'm just gonna do something very simple, and then I'm gonna show you how to do a winged eyeliner for this eye shape, what bottom goes best for it, and what lashes go best for it. So let's get started. I am going to start with, I don't want to explain thoroughly how I'm going to apply the eyeshadow, just because this isn't really what it's about. It's about what's going to flatter this eye shape. So you want to keep the lightness right here, the darkness on the lash line, a little bit of darkness right here just to give you shape and lift your eye more and make it appear bigger. This is brightening. This is giving you depth, and this is making it bigger. So you see what I'm saying? The darkness is going to always give you depth. This brown shade is going to give you a contour, just like we're going to contour our face, and I'll show you that later. That's what this brown shade is going to do. So this brown shade is making your eye lift up. This is making your eye lift this way. And the lash is going to help that as well. This white part is going to make your eyes appear like you're well rested and much more bright. So now we're going to do a wing. So for this eye shape, we want to keep the liquid eyeliner. Just relatively normal. You see how it's following my eye shape so well? Literally. We don't want it too high and we don't want it too straight. We want just a little bit of a lift. And I will be demonstrating how to get these lines, or like how to do your liner much easier also in the next video. We're just doing the basics right now of what style is going to look best for you. Okay? And then for lash, I recommend doubling up a lash for this eye shape. You can use like you see how these eyelashes, they're shorter right here, and then they go out a lot more at the ends. So you can either do a winged lash, or you can do something more round where the length is more in the center rather than the edges. Or you can double them up. For this eye shape, I do double up my lashes. And then that's just gonna make your eyes appear much, much bigger. Let me demonstrate to you. I'm not gonna put this on all the way. I'm just gonna show you, because I'm gonna teach you how to apply the lashes in the next video too. So this is this is a demi wispy from Ardell. I don't know if you're gonna get this. It's 2 eyelashes glued together. And this is going to benefit you so much because it's not giving you length. It's not too dramatic. I mean, no, it is very dramatic. But it's going to benefit this eye shape so much if this eye shape looks way better with the more voluminous lash. See the difference? Big difference. My eye looks so much bigger with all of that. Now for the bottom, a nude eyeliner, a black eyeliner, a bronze eyeliner, and a brown, this is a lip liner, but a brown eyeliner that's that shade. The black eyeliner is going to close your eye. It's going to make your eye appear smaller. If you don't use the right techniques, it's going to make your eye appear much more dramatic. And in a way, it also flatters you a lot if it's placed right. I love black eyeliner. I try and switch it up. This is my, like, if I'm going somewhere during the day, I won't wear black. But if I'm going somewhere during the day, I'll wear a nude, or I just won't. But the nude is going to make your eye appear much, much bigger than it is. So for an almond-shaped eye, if you are going to do the nude, you have to line the bottom, or you're going to lose all the depth and your eye shape is really going to get lost. So let me demonstrate what I'm referring to. If I use a nude eyeliner and mascara, or I'm just done, that's it. My eye's lost. Like, where does my eye end? It's gone. So you want to add depth. So let me just show you the difference. This is going to make your eye appear much bigger than it actually is as well, because that nude is already making your eye look big. And then this is going to make it seem like your eye really ends somewhere where it doesn't, because we're manipulating the lash line. And with an almond shaped eye, you can really go all the way in. You don't have to keep it halfway. See? Okay. Okay, so let's review this eye shape. So you want to keep the depth and the darkness on the lash line. You want to keep your browns, all of your contoury kind of shades on the crease to make your eye look lifted. You want to keep the brightness in the center. And then if you want your brow to look lifted as well, that's really good for this eye shape too. There's some eye shapes you can't do this, and there's some that you can, but we'll go over all of that. Okay, so now we are going to talk about round eyes. Your eye is mostly, you probably have a lot of lid space, a lot of crease space, and you just have big, beautiful round eyes. Lucky you. Okay, so with the round eye, you really want to focus on your outer V, your crease, your lid. You can do such beautiful colors on your lid. You're so blessed, because everyone wants a pretty sparkly eyeshadow, and sometimes not all, it doesn't flatter a lot of us if it's not placed correctly. So round eyes can also be like very cute. Oh my god, big cute round eyes, but sometimes you don't want to look cute and you want to look like sultry and sexy. So I'm going to show you how you can make a round eye appear catty and lifted as well. So again, I'm going to use those same shades that I'm just going to use to demonstrate this entire episode. For a round eye, you want to focus on your outer V. Get something a little deeper to show you what I'm saying. You want to focus on getting the depth right here. The darkest colors should be right here for you. For my almond eye, I kept the darkness on the lash line. For a round eye, you really want to keep the darkness in this V. So I'm just going to create a V just so you see exactly what I'm referring to when I say a V. You see? This is what you want for round eyes, because your eye is so big that you can get away with applying so many different eyeshadows on your eye. But sometimes a round eye is so big that you want the depth there. So this is going to be where you want your darkness. For the almond, we want the darkness on the lash line. For the round eye, we want the darkness right here in that V. Okay? And then you're also going to want a lot of color in your crease, because you can get away with it because you have the space for that. I don't, but let's just pretend like I have a round eye. I'm literally going to round out my eye just to show you what I'm referring to. You see how I am able to put so much crease color right there because you have a round eye. So it's just, it gives you that depth that you really need. And it's honestly, it's gonna look better on you because my eye's not round and I don't have that much space. So mine looks way more dramatic, but on you, it's really not. So you're gonna wanna focus the darkness on the V, and then you're gonna wanna bring in all of your lighter shades right here, rounding it out. You're gonna wanna keep this eye shape very, very round, because you want to follow the eye shape that you actually have. So for all my tutorials, you have a round eye, I have an almond eye. You're just going to use whatever colors that I'm using. You're going to use the darkest shade that I'm using in your V, your other shades that I use right here, but rounded instead of the way that I do it for myself. And then your lid space is much bigger than mine, so you can add way more eyeshadow instead of the way that I place it on myself, which is going to be right here. You're going to put your shimmer shadows or your light shadows all on your lid. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then for your bottom, the most flattering for you is going to be literally try and keep it darker. If you do a nude eyeliner, your eye's going to be even more big. I mean, if you want to go for that, that's fine. But honestly, for my clients with round eyes, I really keep it browns or black. And that's going to help you. And then for the bottom on the round eye, you can line the bottom. However, for this round eye, I think that the most flattering, instead of giving it too much of a line, is just adding a little bit of color there with just a light tone. It doesn't have to be so dark, but just making it like smoky is really going to help that round eye stand out, like your eye color, instead of having to make your eye look bigger like I had to with mine. You don't have to do that with yours. So all you're going to focus that bottom on is just making your eye color stand out. Or if you don't want to do anything, you can just put mascara. It really doesn't matter for a round eye because you already have that size. So you don't need to make your eye look bigger or smaller. We're already going to do that. And then the most flattering winged eyeliner for this eye shape is going to be, you can get away with a thick wing. This is not going to look good on me, but it's going to look good on you. A thick winged eyeliner, not a dramatic thick wing, but let me just demonstrate. This is as thick as I can get it, or it's going to get lost on my eye. But you can go thicker for your eye shape because you have the space for that. And then with the round eye, you are going to want to go just slightly more, instead of a straight line, you want to curve it up a little. Like your point, it's going to be more swoopy. And that is going to be the wing that flatters the round eyes the best. And like I said, I'm going to demonstrate exactly how I do winged eyeliner step by step by step because I know it is hard for a lot of people. But for me, I've just been doing it for so long. So for a big round eye, you can use your big dramatic eyelashes. I don't, but you can if you want to. My eyes are way too small for that. And I will get lost. I'll look like I'm flying away. Here is a good round an eyelash that I love to use on round eyes. This is the Ardell Wispy, but there's two different wispies. There's a demi wispy and a wispy. This one has the length in the center and not as much length on the sides. This eyelash shape doesn't really flatter me that much. My eyes look way better with like a winged out eyelash. But this eyelash is going to do so much for you. And you can double it up or wear it single. It doesn't matter because you have such a big eye. You see how this eyeshadow doesn't flatter me? Because it's not for my eye shape. That eyeliner is so thick. And then it's curving up way too much for my eye shape. The crease, I don't have enough space for all that. And then this eyelash is way too long for me. The length is in the center, and I don't have round eyes to where my center's high. This is why it's important to know your eye shape and what's going to flatter you the most. That's why it's important. Look at how unflattering that is on me. And that's what I want you to take away from this. Okay, so now I'm going to remove all of this and then go into the next eye shape. This is literally how much of a dork I am. But I just want to show you what an upturned eye looks like. Yes, I made all of this myself because I have nothing better to do. So this is going to be the girls with kind of an almond shaped eye, but your lid appears bigger, so your eye looks so like wingy and cute, and that's your upturned eye. So I'm going to demonstrate what flatters you the most. For my upturned eyes, you're going to need a darker shadow towards the ends of your lashes. For the almond shape, I did all of my depth all along the lash line. For your upturned eye, you want your darkness only at the ends, and that's going to flatter you the most. So you want your darkness only right here. That's it. We're just keeping it right here. Short and just right there. Because for some reason your eye is like more lifted on the center. So you have like a winged cat eye shape without the winged eyeliner. But you do want to keep your darkest shades right here. And then since your eyelid is a little bigger right in the center only, you want to lift that crease up. So what we're going to do for this eye shape is our depth is only, instead of contouring the entire bone, you only want to contour right here in the middle. And that's going to flatter this eye shape so much more. This is what's going to make your eye look bigger and lifted. Only in the center is where we want that. And then let me just, and you don't have to use such dark eyeshadows for your eye shape. If you're a more natural girl, I'm just showing you where your placement should be for your darkness, for your mid-tone colors, and for your light colors, because not everyone has the same eye shape, and so you watch these tutorials and they don't work for you because it just doesn't look right on you. So here, I'm just blending it all out. But I'm keeping that depth right there in the center, and I'm not going to play with that anymore. And your wing is going to be so beautiful. It's probably the most perfect wing for this eye shape. And then, honestly, for this eye shape, you want to keep your lightness right here. That's where you're going to want your lightness and all of your light colors, just right here. Not too much, nothing crazy, just right there. For this eye shape, you are going to want to keep it very, very thin in the beginning. And then you can really make it thick in the center, because your lid in the center is big. And your wing is going to be thin, very, very thin in the edge. So with the round eye, I did a more swoopy wing. With the almond eye, I did one that was not straight and not high. This one is going to be very thin on the edge. And thick. And then so it's going to go thin, 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 thick, 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 and then thin again. And this is going to flatter your eye shape the most, this style of eyeliner. And then an eyelash that's going to be the best for you is going to be a winged out lash. That the length is more towards the end. And I really recommend the demi wispies for this eye shape. Just showing you what it looks like to have the length in the end versus in the center, like the round eye. You see how bad this looks on me? It's crazy. It's crazy how something looks so beautiful on someone and it doesn't work for everyone. And then for the bottom, You really want to keep a connection. For this eye shape, it's going to just help so much to keep a dark eyeliner. Oh my goodness, my black eyeliner just connected to this line. And this is not for every eye shape. I definitely can't get away with this. So for my almond eye, I went all the way in. For the round eyes, I just added a little bit of color down there because you don't need to do anything for the round eye. But for this eye, you really want to connect that wing to the bottom so that your bottom lash line doesn't get so lost, because your eye shape is very prominent at the top, and then the bottom, it just kind of has nowhere to go. So this is just going to help connect everything and make your eye shape flow. You see how it's like flowing? So I really don't have an upturned eye, so this doesn't look good on me, but I just want you to see what's going to work for you. So you want to keep your eyeliners connected, and you don't want to come all the way in because it's going to close you off, because you're already trying to close it off up here. You don't want to do that in here too. So this is just as far as you're going to get, is like in the center of your eye. That's as far as you can go for this. And that is it for my upturned eye. Okay, now we are going to discuss the downturned eye. This is going to be the eye that's more droopy at the end. So everything that we're going to do for this eye is lift, 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 lift. It's very important for this eye shape. So you really want to avoid putting a lot of color in your crease, just because it's going to close off your eye even more. You are going to want to focus on making everything high, everything. So what we're going to do for this eye look is, instead of putting it on the crease, you're going to want it right here. This is going to give you a bigger eye and a lifted eye. Since your eye goes down, we want to make this go up. So you're going to want to focus your crease colors right here, towards the end of your brow bone. I've been taking off all this eyeshadow and putting it back on, so my eyes are a little watery. So this is where you're going to want to focus your medium shades, and then your darkest shades. You can also do that V like that round, like we did for the round eye. But you really want to be careful with this V. It needs to be placed right, because we're also gonna, the wing is gonna help your eye shape so much. So since your eye's falling down, we wanna make it, we wanna fake it going up. That's gonna help this eye shape so, so much. And then you're gonna wanna keep everything else light. You really want to focus your darkness right here only. Everything else is going to be light. You're going to put your shimmer shades and all that all in this area, all this area. Do not bring your eyeshadow all the way in, or it's not going to help your eye lift up. And then the wing for this eye, you're going to want to keep a 45-degree angle wing. So we're going to just follow this. Since your eye is going down, we want to lift it up. So you're going to want to keep your wing very, very high. And you're going to want to keep this thin as well. So this is going to be thinnest part, and then you're gonna wanna keep your thickness all along this way. And you're gonna wanna give yourself height with your wing. Every eye shape has a different wing. You see how this one's more anchored up? And then the lash that's the most flattering for you is going to be a demi-wispy as well, a winged out lash, but I like to double up the wing at the ends. So for my clients with this eye shape, I like to add 2 eyelashes together, but I'm only adding the thickness in the ends. I don't even, I'm sure they sell an eyelash this style somewhere, but I'd rather just make it because it's easier for me. You see how the thickness is only in the ends? This is what's gonna help you so much because we're gonna lift that eye up, and you want the thinness in the front because it's not gonna close your eye off all the way. Let me demonstrate. This is gonna help my girls with the downturned eye shape. You're gonna keep the darkness towards the end, lightness in the center, even with your eyelash. Look at how high my eye looks, and I don't even have a downturned eye, but helps me too. So, this is going to help your eye the most. Okay, now we're gonna discuss monolids. So your eye shape, your lid kind of blends in with your lash line. So you're gonna wanna keep the darkness at the lash line. All of your dark shades are going to go on the lash line. The darkest one at the bottom. And you are able to go all the way in. Since you don't, your crease and your lid kind of blend in together. This is gonna help your eye appear so big and beautiful. So we're gonna go with the darkest shades on the lash line and then build that. The higher we go, the lighter we're gonna get for this eye shade. And do your medium browns after that. So basically, since you keep the darkness all at the bottom, it's gonna make it look like your lid is a thick eyeliner, if that makes sense. And you are going to want to focus on keeping all those shadows round. So we go from dark to medium to super light. And you know what, with this eyeshadow, instead of doing your, like for everyone else, how we did like the brightness right here or on the lid only or right here or right here, your shimmers are gonna look best right here. On the, like on the height of your eye or your lightness. I'm just gonna do a matte because we're not doing shimmers right now because I'm just demonstrating what's gonna flatter you the most. But your shimmers are gonna look best all right here. So you're gonna go from dark to medium to light to shimmer or light, whatever you wanna put right there, and then your brow bone lightness. And that's gonna demonstrate, help this eye so much. And then your eyeliner, honestly, it's gonna depend on the style you're going for. If you're going for a more dramatic style, just fill in your entire lid with eyeliner. I really can't show you that on myself, so I'm gonna show you the more natural eyeliner for this look. You're gonna wanna keep it super, very thin all the way. Just very thin, and this is just gonna help hide your lashes. And then your flick is gonna be just relatively small and short. And it's gonna help your eyes so much. because it's really gonna hide your lashes for you. But if you wanna go more dramatic, you can literally fill in your entire lid with eyeliner. And that is gonna be the most suitable winged eyeliner for your eye shape. And then as far as an eyelash goes, I do recommend a winged out lash. However, for this eye shape, it's very crucial that you cut your lash. It's crucial for everyone that you cut your lash, but some people have bigger eyes, so you don't have to. Never, ever, ever. Okay, how am I going to show you this? I don't want it to blend out. You are never going to want to cut from the ends, from the beginning of the lash, where the lash starts. Never do that. It's going to completely destroy the shape of the eyelash. You always want to cut from the ends. So for the mono lid, you're going to want to cut a pretty significant amount of lash towards the end, probably like 2 or 3 pieces. And that's going to help your eye a lot more, because obviously if you place your eyelash, it's going to look like this because your eye's a little smaller. So it's going to drag your eye down. So you're going to want to cut these ends off and it'll help your eye shape so much more. So you're going to want to just place it on, and then that tiny little eyeliner that we put on is going to help you blend your eyelash so much more, and it's going to look like you're going to have thicker lashes. And then as far as the bottom goes, I like to just add mascara for this eye shape. It really makes your eyes bigger. But I think a nude eyeliner really helps you a lot. So nude eyeliner and mascara, and that's it. If you have small eyelashes, just do a nude eyeliner and eyeshadow instead of mascara, and that eyeshadow is going to just make it look like you have eyelashes. So you're going to want to do a line, a thin line all the way and a nude eyeliner right on the inside. And that's going to make your eyes appear big. And if your eyelashes are really small, then just do the eyeliner under this eyeliner, the eyeshadow, just for depth. And you can go all the way from one side of the eye to the other, and that's really going to help the mono lid. So, review on the mono lid. You're going to want to keep your darkness on the lid, and you're going to want to go lighter from there. Dark, medium, light to your shimmer or your lightest shade. And your eyeliner, you're going to want to keep it thin if you're going to go for a more natural look, or if you want to go for a more dramatic look, you're going to want to fill in your entire lid with eyeliner. And then for the bottom, I recommend a nude eyeliner for you. And I recommend using eyeshadow on your lash line to make it appear like you have lashes if you have smaller lashes. And then for your lash, you're going to want to do a more natural demi-wispy, or cut off the ends. Definitely cut off the ends for your eye shape. And that is it for the mono lid. Okay, so for my hooded eyes, I know this eye shape can be very tricky for a lot of people. You're really going to want to focus on creating a crease for yourself, because your eyelid, your eye kind of droops over your lid. So just keep this very minimal and light, just for blending purposes. You don't really try not to add any heavy colors right there. For this eye shape, you're gonna really want to focus on lifting the eye, just like we did for the eye that went droopy a little bit. That's not all we're gonna do for this eye shape. You wanna focus your darkness right here only. But you're not gonna be able to do that V because your eye is shaped differently than the other eyes. So you're gonna wanna focus your darkness right here. And then for this eye shape, I am gonna have to use a shimmer just because I think it's gonna help explain it a lot better. Just don't know if I have one. I mean, I have one. I have one right here. Okay. So for my hooded eye girls, you are going to want to keep your shimmers, your crease colors, a lot higher than your crease actually is. And this is going to fake your crease being big. You're gonna wanna overlap for this eye shape. So all your darkness, your lightness is going to overlap your crease because your crease is very folded over. So this is gonna make your eye look bigger. And then your wing is gonna be a little more complicated. You always wanna keep your eye open for your wing. And you're gonna wanna keep it straight. So wherever your lash line goes, that's where you're gonna follow. You're gonna wanna keep your eyeliner very, very straight and your eye open so that that fold doesn't get in your way. And then you're gonna wanna connect it like with your eyes still open. And you're gonna avoid the fold. But if you close your eye and then you do your eyeliner and then you open it, you might have gotten on the fold and you don't know. So you're gonna wanna keep your eyeliner very straight and very, very, very thin the rest of the way because your lid is a little smaller than everyone else's. Honestly, the only reason you should even do eyeliner on your lid is to hide your lashes. If you're not doing lashes, you don't need eyeliner. And then for this eye shape, I really recommend a rounded eye lash. A lash with more length at the center because this is gonna make your eyes appear bigger and open in the center. You're gonna need demonstrate. Come on, I don't think that's the lash. No, it's not. Okay. So you're gonna want your length in the center, and you don't want that much length right here and right here, because right here you want to make it look like you have a big lid, and then in the center is gonna make your eye high, and then this is not gonna take away from your wing because you have that fold, so you can't really do an eyelash with more thickness right here because it's gonna make your eye appear droopy. You want everything to look high in the center for yourself. And then as far as the bottom goes, you're gonna wanna keep it bright all along right here. I think a nude eyeliner fits this eye shape the best. And you want your darkness literally focused only on the outside. And not even definition, just a little bit of shading. Nothing too penciled in and prominent. And that is my tips for hooded eyes and how to make them appear bigger and brighter.